Even though towards the flight must be suited, your seatbelts fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs are switched off. Be careful when opening your compartment size contents near to the green light.
Good morning everybody, I have arrived in Manila, my very first time in the Philippines. I've just picked up my backpack. I'm going to be in Manila for 3 days, or 3 nights I should say, and my very first thing that I want to do is get a SIM card and get some cash out and then get to my hostel. That is the first point of call, so let's see how we go. Guys, I have a story to tell you. Oh my goodness. So I've arrived safely in Manila, I'm fine now. But when I arrived here, I had an absolute shocker. Okay, let me tell you from the start. My plan was to arrive at the airport, get some cash out at the ATM at the airport, also get a SIM card at the airport, and then get myself to the hostel. However, my bank card, my HSBC bank card, which I've never had an issue with in the past, did not work at any of the ATMs. I could not get any cash out, and I was like, sugar. But then I thought, that's okay, they've just blocked my card, I'll just give the bank a call and they can unblock it. No service on my phone. The Wi-Fi in the airport was not working, and also I couldn't buy a SIM card there and then because it was cash only. And so I was just thinking at this point, oh crap, I've got no money, no service, no Wi-Fi, no cash, I can't do anything, I can't get anywhere. What am I gonna do? I kind of just thought, am I just gonna have to like hitchhike or walk to my hostel somehow? Because I just thought if I just get to my hostel, I'll be okay. That's the first time in a long time where I feel like I've actually been challenged, like, oh crap, what's gonna happen now? And in those situations, you just have to think on your feet, like, right, logistically, how am I gonna stay alive today? But then I remembered that there was a small chance that I had a little bit of cash, as in British cash, in my backpack. So I went delving, backpack diving in the airport, and lo and behold, I found £15, a £10 note and a £5 note. So there was a currency exchange. So unfortunately they didn't take card, which is why I couldn't get cash out like that either. But they were able to, even though the currency exchange rate would have been so bad, it didn't matter. I was able to exchange my £15 into Filipino pesos. So I got about 9,000, 10,000 Filipino pesos out of that. So yeah, I don't think that was a very good exchange rate, but it was fine. It was some money and it was enough to get me to the hostel. I just went to the taxi rank and I said, look, I need to get to my hostel. This is the only money I have. Please, will you take me there for it? And he thought about it because it was on the meter. And he was like, I don't know how much it's gonna cost. And I was like, please. And he was like, okay, it should be fine. It should be fine. I would have got a Grab, but no service on my phone at this point. So apart from taxis, the real way to get around Manila is using Grab, which is a bit like Uber, but it's Manila's version of it. I think it actually originated in Manila, but it's in other Southeast Asian cities as well, where you can get around actually super cheaply, and it would have been much cheaper for me to get a Grab. However, yeah, phone wasn't working, so that wasn't a question. So I got a metered taxi, pretty much spent all my money getting to the hostel, but I got there. I actually had, I think it was something like 20 pesos left, and I just gave it to the man because he was so nice. He was saying, I think we'll get there, ma'am, I think we'll get there. There was so much traffic getting to the hostel. But anyway, managed to arrive at the hostel a couple of hours later, a couple of hours after arriving in Manila, and I just felt so much more relieved at that point because I was like, cool, okay, I can check in and then I can deal with my money. So anyway, after I got to the hostel and I was settled down for a bit, I called my bank and I tried to get my card unblocked, but I had to wait till 4 p.m. to do this, and it was about 10 a.m. at the time because I needed to actually speak to someone who would be awake in the UK, so I had to wait until it was 8 a.m. their time. Anyway, they said, your card's not actually been blocked, but thanks for letting us know that you're in the Philippines. I was like, what? That's so confusing. So the next day, I actually went to an actual HSBC bank to get cash out and managed to get my full amount out that I wanted to. But is this my destiny now? Am I gonna have to go to an HSBC bank every single time? Because if I am, that's bloody annoying. I might order like a Monzo or a Revolut card. I know I should have done this absolutely ages ago, and so many of you have mentioned it to me, but I just haven't. But now I'm like, do you know what? I don't want to go through this struggle again. I might just order one, but the thing is, order it to where? Because I know where I'm going next, but I'm only there for 3 nights or so, and then I don't know where I'm gonna be. So I'm a bit stuck as to where I'm gonna send this card. I'll keep you updated on that situation. Anyway, on the first night I met up with Justina and Nisha from Beer for Breakfast, who are also YouTubers here on YouTube, and they are honestly 2 of the nicest, most genuine girls I have ever met. Definitely check out their YouTube channel. They've been in Manila for about a week longer than me, and they took me to a bazaar, street food market, and I tried chicken intestine, which someone told me to try in the Philippines because it's a dish that they have here. And it sounds super gross, right? Chicken intestine, and it was on this stick and it looked all curly whirly like an intestine. Chicken intestine! Underwhelming, really. It didn't taste like very much. I thought it was going to be like, but it just kind of tasted like chicken, just a little bit chewier, I guess. So yeah, there you go. Tried chicken intestine for the first time. So I'm on the rooftop now of Z Hostel, which is where I'm staying in Manila. It is hands down one of the best hostels I have ever stayed in. The view from the top of this rooftop is insane. Manila is like a mega city. It's like made up of lots of different towns and cities. And from this hostel, you just have literally like 360-degree views of the whole city, and it's insane. At night, I'm here in the morning right now, but at night, this rooftop is transformed into one of the most happening bars in Manila. It is absolutely packed. So when you get checked in, you get an RFID card. This is basically your credit. So you top this up, you load it up with money, and then you don't need to bring cash around the hostel. You just pay for everything with this, which is amazing. And I've never had a hostel literally like have a tab like that before. It's such good vibes up here. So many locals as well. It's not just backpackers, you actually get to meet the locals. So they've got the cafe downstairs where you have free breakfast every morning. Up here on the rooftop you've got a free drink at 6 p.m. every single night, and if you miss breakfast by accident, which is 7 a.m. to 10 a.m, then you get another free drink. Like, what? What kind of a hostel is this? It's so good. The rooms are so spacious, and they're not like the rickety bunk beds. It's like actually built into the wall, and everyone has their own plug sockets, everyone has their own lights. We had a stunning view from our bedroom, and there was a desk area where I got some work done. No one else was getting work done, but you know, digital nomad life. We had a kind of little kitchen area and sink. We also have really nice big lockers in the room where you can literally, they're the kind of lockers where you can stick all of your stuff in. What I did is like took all of my packing cubes outside of my backpack, I put them all in the locker, and then I just stuck my backpack underneath my bed or underneath the bunk beds, and that was like my sort of justification of unpacking. So I was able to get everything out really easily. And everyone in the room was just so welcoming and friendly. This is actually what I was kind of apprehensive about Manila, is often in the big cities, backpackers in hostels can be quite detached because normally they're just in transit because they've either just started, just finished, or you know, they're here for their own purpose and they don't really want to get involved with everyone else. That's kind of what I was expecting, if I'm honest. But even though, yes, technically everyone is kind of here in transit, everyone has been so nice, and I've made such good friends in this hostel who I'll definitely be staying in touch with and hopefully be bumping into at certain different points in the Philippines, which is so cool. But the thing about the Philippines is there's so many islands, everyone is going off in different directions, or some people are going home, but you never know. The fun thing about backpacking is you never know when you're going to bump into the next person that like you've already seen before. Z Hostel is based in a little town, or the part of Manila that is Makati. So this is the street of our hostel in Makati, and Z Hostel is just here. I highly recommend that you stay in Makati. It's pretty much got everything you need, and it feels like a really nice place to be. For example, I was expecting Southeast Asia, not gonna lie, the big cities, to get stared at a lot. As a young white female, that is what I've experienced in every single other Southeast Asian city that I've been so far. Manila, or Makati, know. People might look at me, but not because I'm a young white female, just because they'll want to say hi. They're just being friendly. Everyone is so friendly. And I know that you may hear this all the time, like, oh, everyone's so friendly in the Philippines, but you don't actually really believe it until you get here. But everyone genuinely wants to wish you well and just say hi, and they're not necessarily just trying to scam you and sell you something. Like, maybe some people are, but for the most part, everyone is generally just really friendly, which has been a really nice surprise, I guess, and just really refreshing as well. Everyone's been telling me to check out the massive shopping centres in Manila, and oh god, they were not wrong. I didn't even go to the biggest one. So they've got Mall of Asia here, which is the biggest mall in Asia, and I have a bucket list of things that I want to do when I come back to Manila, but I just haven't had time to do it this time around because I've just kind of been sorting myself out, sorting my logistics out, being in the country. But I did go to the shopping centre that was nearby to go to the HSBC, and it was huge and so Western. There was a Waitrose inside of their supermarket. There's a Marks and Spencer's in the shopping mall. There's a Topshop. I'm gonna get this salmon maki, which is 180 pesos, so probably like £2.50, which is very good for all of this salmon. Another thing that I've done whilst I've been in Manila is I did a talk at a digital nomad meetup, which is hosted by the After Six Club. It was so cute. We were in a really nice, intimate venue. The After Six Club hosts these kind of events all the time, so you should definitely check them out if you are a digital nomad or an aspiring one, because they have guest speakers like myself who come in and do talks. I did a talk all about how I became a travel vlogger and my story, and I remember when I hit 100 subscribers, I was so happy. Like, some people say to me today, they'll be on something like 500 subscribers and they'll be like, oh, Christian, like, I've got like no subscribers, like how do I gain a following? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, when I hit 100, I was elated, because for me to think that I had made 100 people who had watched one of my videos and affect them enough in a positive way that made them want to like click subscribe and like see more videos, I was just like, oh my god, I'm famous. I'm not too sure how good I was at the talk because I get quite nervous and I think I just start rambling and going off on tangents. But I hope everyone enjoyed it. Shout out to the guys who came to the Digital Nomad meetup. I actually had a really, really good night. I met Ricky Shetty of Daddy Blogger, and he did an amazing talk about what he does and how he travels with a family. I met Jerome and David from G&D Blog, and they blog and now vlog about being an LGBT couple. And they were so nice, so funny. They did a talk as well. And it was so fun to be in such a foreign city, but come together with people who are doing the same thing as you. That's always a really, really nice feeling. So you may have noticed in this video that I haven't actually done any proper explorings of Manila, and that is just because I've really just been finding my feet in this country, sorting myself out, and I do feel a lot more comfortable about traveling around. But when I do, I'm flying out of Manila to go back to Perth, and when I do, I've got things on my bucket list that I actually want to do in Manila, like from recommendations, Rizal Pa, Intramuros, which is, it's very touristy, but it's like the old Spanish town. Quiapo Church I want to visit for reasons which I'll explain when I do go there, and I want to make a video of visiting these places. Oh, and the Mall of Asia, Manila Ocean Park. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that I need to do, but it takes a long time to get around Manila. Everyone has told this to me, and it's very true. Like, even if you think it's going to take you 15 minutes in the car, it could well take you up to 2 hours. So my tips before you come to Manila: first and foremost, have some Filipino pesos before you get into the country, just in case you can't get any money out of the ATM. I feel like most people don't have a problem, but if you do, don't be like me and have some Filipino pesos with you. Download Grab. Grab is like the Uber over here, and you do pay in cash, but you order it on your phone. It tells you exactly how much it's going to be. It's really, really cheap, and it's also like acts as like a Uber Eats as well. They've got like food and other services on the Grab app, and that's free to download, so definitely do that. And that's how you can cheaply and safely get around the city. I haven't tried using the public transport here, but it looks pretty hectic. Definitely talk to the locals wherever you can, because they are so friendly and literally just happy to help. Definitely stay in Makati or an area close by, or even better, just come and stay in Z Hostel because it's been amazing. It was actually on Instagram that you guys recommended Z Hostel for me to come and stay, and that's how I found out about it. So thank you for your recommendation because it was a real good one. What I did notice is that there seems to still be Christmas decorations up everywhere. Like everywhere, and it's coming towards the end of January now, so Philippines must really love Christmas. One of my favourite things about the Hostel cafe is that it actually just has a filtered drinking machine. So I've been able to fill up my water bottle, and no plastic bottles were used whilst in Manila. So very good start on the whole sustainable approach, and it seems like Z Hostel are all about that as well. I met Carlo, who is the manager here at Z Hostel. He is the Chief of Good Vibes, that's literally his title. Coolest guy ever. All of the reception staff here are so nice and literally happy to help you with any problems or questions that you might have. They have a free walking tour with this hostel at 4:30 p.m. every single day. That's a really good way to meet new people. I didn't do it because I was out and about every single time it went on, which I really am annoyed that that's happened, but hopefully I'll stay here next time, and then I'll go on the free walking tour and do all the things that I actually really need to do in Manila. Sometimes I get frustrated at myself when I don't manage to do the things that I kind of plan to do in a city or a place, but then I just need to realise that it doesn't matter. You're not always going to get everything done, and that's okay. It's just about the experience that you have. I have had a great time here, I'm going to be honest. Just absolutely pleasantly surprised, and it's made me even more excited for the rest of the Philippines, because this is just the city, and the rest of where I'm going is definitely not cities. I'm going to be out in the middle of nowhere in the ocean. I'm just doing the classic sniff test of all of my clothes to see if I should put them in my laundry or if I should put them back in my normal packing cubes. You always gotta smell under the armpit or in the crotch area. The reason I'm being really quiet is because people in my hostel dorm room are still asleep. So we are on our way to the airport.
Hey.
Where are you guys off to?
Home.
Cebu. So everyone's off to different places. I'm off to a place called Legazpi, which is where I'll be going to see the whale sharks in Donsol. We're in a Grab right now. Here's our driver. He's really happy. I will see you in Donsol. Bye. I feel like I need to do an obligatory handstand in this hostel before I leave.